I have no complaint about this typology, but I find a lot of difficulties in Marx's idea of distinguishing between social formations based on their mode of production. First of all, in social formations prior to capitalist society, there is no distinction between economic structure and political structure. For instance, the relation between feudal lord and serfs is not so much economic as political. The distinction between the economic and the political becomes even more meaningless in regards to primitive society. Therefore, I propose to reconsider the history of social formations originally presented by Marx in a new light, focusing on the mode of exchange. Any social formation is comprised of the combination of various modes of exchange. A, reciprocity. B, planned redistribution. C, commodity exchange. And last but not least, mode D should not be overlooked. Mode D exists in the form of the law, church, and social movement. The difference between social formation depends upon which mode of exchange prevails and how these modes of exchange are combined. In addition, how one society is formed depends largely upon how adjacent societies are formed. Marx, in Capital, attempted to elucidate the capitalist economy as an ideational system growing out of the basic commodity exchange. He did so by bracketing other modes of exchange. It is true that when it comes to other spheres of exchange, he did not do work that rises to the level of capital. But instead of criticizing him for that, we should consider what kind of system other than the mode of exchange might form by bracketing the rest, just as Marx did. In fact, it may be said that anthropologists such as Marcel Mauss, Claude Lévi-Strauss, and Pierre Clastre clarified how the principles of reciprocity form the society based on their observation of primitive societies. Meanwhile, Carl Schmitt thought the nature of the political as distinct from the economic or the aesthetic in the notion of friend-enemy. But this only means that the political is intrinsic to the basic mode of exchange B. These contributions cannot diminish Marx's achievement in the analysis of capitalist economy. Now, let us reconsider the history of social formation presented by Marx in terms of the combination of various modes of exchange. Yeah. Firstly, the tribal community is a social formation in which reciprocity prevails, which means the other modes, A and B, also exist. Here, historical archaic society is also to be distinguished from the primitive society observed today by anthropologists. The latter societies are isolated from the outside. More precisely, they had conditions that made their isolation possible. The archaic societies in history were forced to be absorbed by the state or turn themselves into the state by coming into contact with other societies. However, primitive societies are not based upon the principles of reciprocity alone. As a matter of fact, they are quite manifold, ranging from nearly reciprocal societies to nearly state-like societies. The difference depends upon the extent to which other modes of exchange are present.